Hi, this is Mike Elliott. You're watching a CEO Live executive interview. In this episode, we'll be talking to Mr. Josh Pickus. He's the president and CEO of Support.com, a leading provider of cloud-based services and software designed to enhance a customer's experience with technology. Support.com is a publicly traded company listed on the NASDAQ under ticker symbol SPRT. Good morning, Josh. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. To begin, could you give us some background on Support.com and the primary market need it addresses?
You bet. Support.com is about technology enablement. We help millions of consumers and small businesses get the most out of all the technology that they interact with. So to give you an example, if you imagine somebody who works from home and has a home network and a computer and a laptop and two printers and kind of a typical setup these days, oftentimes those devices, while they may work well independently, don't all function together in the way that person might want. We're there to help. Or if you're a small business and you've got a couple of offices, you've got a network between them, and you're trying to get all of your employees to be as productive as they possibly can, which often depends on technology, glitches also occur. So in that situation as well, we're there to really help the business make sure that its technology is working properly and everybody's as productive as they possibly could be.
And next, could you just give us a quick overview of some of your primary products and services?
Sure, we offer both products and services. We have a very rich, performant, cloud-based technology platform that we use to provide services to customers. And we also license that platform directly to some other organizations who want to use it in their provision of services. So if you imagine for a minute, in certain cases, we will do programs for large communications providers or retailers or technology companies. They will describe the program under their brand and will provide the services on the back end. In other cases, we will license that same technology platform to those folks, and they will use it with their own agents to provide services to customers.
And tell us about Support.com's business model and how you're building market share.
Well, what we're doing is we want to work with the most leading brands in the relevant industries that we serve. So what we found is that there are certain key industries where people are looking to those industries for their technology. And the examples are kind of obvious. If you think about communications companies, whether cable, satellite, or telco, they're providing that increasingly important broadband connection. So when people think about their technology needs, they think about the internet and they think about where the internet is coming from. And that's often one of our communications partners. So communications companies are one big customer base for us. A second place that both consumers and small businesses think about is where they purchase their technology. So if they go to a retailer that sells them a laptop or a tablet or something like that, that's where they'll think to go when they need assistance with it or they need to take the next step in building a technology infrastructure. So retailers as well are key customers of ours. And then finally, the companies that make the technology themselves, whether it's hardware providers or software providers like antivirus companies, all of those companies have millions or tens of millions of customers who are turning to them for technology. And oftentimes that technology doesn't work perfectly. And what our partners are doing is saying, we can now help you with that. We're going to offer you a program that isn't just a broadband connection or the sale of a computer or a piece of antivirus software. It's a broader, more holistic support offering that says, we're going to make all of your technology work together so that you really get the benefit of what you hope to achieve when you acquired that technology.
And how would you say Support.com helps improve the customer experience for retailers, CE manufacturers, software companies, and broadband providers? And why is this important today?
Well, I think it's increasingly important today. What you find is that if you look at customer experience studies, customer loyalty studies, more and more people are correlating the experience that they have with a brand post-purchase with their loyalty to that brand. Everybody is a little bit cynical today. We've all seen a lot of advertising, and at some level, we all doubt the claims that companies make before they sell us their products or services. What really matters is what's the experience like when you're actually a customer and you're trying to get value from the thing that you've bought. That's where companies are really finding that customer experience is determined. And increasingly, that customer experience is mediated by technology. So obviously that's true if your product is a technology product, but it's much broader than that. Think about a bank, for example, that really wants to move its customers into online banking. Well, if that online banking experience, which is mediated by technology, is a really good one, and it all works the way it's supposed to, and when there's an issue, they can get help and really get to the place they want to go, that's a great customer experience. On the other hand, if it's designed beautifully, but for whatever reason, maybe it's the customer's own internet connection or home network, they're not able to really use that experience, then they're having a bad customer experience. So it's both post-sale support really matters, and increasingly that post-sale support is mediated by technology. So companies who care about their brand and care about customer experience are increasingly focused on making it really good in those situations.
And tell us about your channel partner programs and how they work.
Yeah, what we learned early on was that our channel partners, these communications companies, retailers, and technology providers, already have tens of millions of customers. And so our going out and acquiring those customers directly was very inefficient. Instead, we partner with them, and they're responsible for the sales and marketing of the programs, and we help with the design of the program and with actually delivery of the services. So each of the programs will be labeled something different for that customer. At Comcast, they call it Xfinity Signature Support. At Symantec, they call it Ultimate Help Desk. At Office Depot, they call it Tech Depot. And it's really our partners' brands that are out there with us behind the scenes trying to deliver the best possible customer experience that we can.
And Support.com recently reported earnings on July 31st and met expectations on revenues and beat expectations on earnings per share. What were some of the key contributors to these strong financial results, in your opinion?
Well, we've had a good run. We turned profitable about 4 quarters ago after many years of investment in our technology and our people and our processes. And since then, we've been kind of on a roll. This last quarter was the fourth consecutive quarter of profitability with good cash generation and substantial increases in our operating and gross margins. And what that's really about is harvesting the investments we've made in several key areas. So we've invested between $40 and $50 million in this technology platform that we use, and it enables us to do great service very efficiently. Because if you think about it, when you're having a technology support experience, you want it to be successful, and if it can also be quick, that's a positive. It's not like other services, like a wonderful restaurant meal that you'd like to have take several hours. If you can do something and get it done quickly and right, that's better. And so our technology has enabled us to be able to do things more and more efficiently, which has contributed to the margin performance. Similarly, we've invested a lot in our people. We have over 1,000 agents, and they all work from home. They're across the United States and Canada, and they're a very special group of people who use our technology products to deliver this customer experience. And in terms of giving them methodologies for solving issues and for enhancing the customer experience with us, we've spent a lot of money and a lot of time to try to perfect that. And what we're seeing in these quarters is the results of that really turning into a business model that's working.
And how is the growth of the smart home, home management, home security, and connected medical devices brought new opportunities to Support.com, and how are you capitalizing on them?
Well, we think that the way in which the number of IP connected or Internet Protocol connected devices is increasing is a very substantial force behind our business. So when we started, we were mostly focused on the PC. And what's happened over time is that while the PC and the Mac remain important, we're very focused on the home network and we're very focused on all of these connected devices, which are more and more integral to the way people use technology. In a simple equation, the more devices you have, and the more those devices are interconnected, and the more the customer experience for the user depends on the interconnection between the devices working, the better for our business. Because if you think about it, individual product manufacturers work on perfecting their product or service. But really, what the user wants is for all of that to work together. And in a world that sounds like the typical one that I described at the beginning, where you've got probably 6 or 8 or 10 different devices, and you really want them not just to work individually, but to work together, that gives a lot of opportunities for things to not perform in an optimal fashion, and it creates a great roadway for us to come in and really help enable the whole digital experience. So as it's gone from computers to home networks to smartphones and tablets, we think that's only the beginning. We believe that new areas that are beginning to come prominent, like broadband-based home security or broadband-based medical sensor technology that will exist for people in the home, it's just going to create more endpoints that all need to work together. And our singular focus is taking all of that technology and making it work. So this proliferation of devices is really a fabulous opportunity for us.
And I think we already addressed this, Josh, in that last question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Internet software and services are being consumed in radically different ways on new and increasingly mobile devices. Would you say Support.com is positioned to take advantage of this growth in this sector in the near future?
Yeah, I think we're very, very well positioned. We try to be on the very cutting edge, both from a technology and a service standpoint of exactly how are people using technology and what really are their needs. And you just highlighted two of the most critical ones, which is mobility is absolutely vital. That's obvious to anyone. All you need to do is look at the PC sales declines and the number of smartphones that are out there, and that's clear. But they're also using the technology in different ways and for different things. And because our view is how do we make it all work together so that in the end, we've really enabled the technology experience for our customers, we're seeing these things early and we're investing both our technology and our personnel development in being on the cutting edge and making sure that whatever you're doing, we've thought of it first and we're there to help you really make it work in the way you wanted it to.
And last, where do you see the biggest opportunities for Support.com in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, there's a lot of them out there. The newest one is maybe the one I'll talk about here, which is when we started out, we were very focused on delivering these service programs to people. And that is still the lion's share of our revenue and is going to be absolutely critical. But towards the end of last year, a number of customers approached us and said, we're interested in using our own people with your technology. Would you be open to providing your technology to us and letting us use that with our people? And we thought about it and we decided that that made a lot of sense. And so we've now launched this technology licensing business. We call it the software as a service business, where our software is made available to customers through the cloud, and they pay us fees for using that technology, much the way they would pay Salesforce.com or RightNow or one of the other cloud-based companies. And what we're seeing is that there's a lot of interest in the marketplace in using that technology. And that's an exciting new area for us that we're building out and we think can drive both growth and profitability over time.
Josh, that's all the questions I had for today. Was there anything else you'd like to add before we close?
No, I think that's been really comprehensive. Great to spend some time with you.
Thanks for taking the time to join us.
Bye-bye.
We've been talking to Mr. Josh Pickus. He's the president and CEO of Support.com, a leading provider of cloud-based services and software designed to enhance a customer's experience with technology. Support.com is a publicly traded company listed on the NASDAQ under ticker symbol SPRT, and you can find out more about them by visiting their website at www.support.com. Thank you.